Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year.
My name's Jonathan. I'm the NCSoft community guy here. This is Chad Moore, Papulicious, game director for WildStar. How you doing, man?
I'm pumped up,
You
man.
pumped up?
This is going to be a fun stream.
Yeah, so we had a bit of info. It will come out a couple days ago. Right?
Yeah. For the new massive update for WildStar. I just want to put, can I put out there real quick, though? Some of you saw our teasers, right? Those got a pretty good response, and they were pretty cool, actually. But there was a little bit of skepticism when the third one came out and said massive. I just wanted to say that I think we actually came through on that one.
So you delivered on the massiveness of it?
I do. How about you?
I do. I like the Drusera messages, and I feel like it was more than people were expecting.
I agree with that. Massive. Yeah, but I do think overall, I mean, you know, not to toot my own horn and that of the rest of the team, but they've obviously been really busy over the last few months, working hard to get the Power of the Primal Matrix update in and ready to go. And some of the stuff we're going to show you today is going to show you the fruits of their labor.
The fruits of their labor. Yeah, so obviously with all of that, that is what we're going to be talking about today. We're going to do an overview of all the info we shared, go into a little bit more detail. Feel free to ask any questions you have in chat, but just know that in the next couple of weeks, we're going to do some follow-up live streams. They're going to be deep dives. So we're going to do a deep dive into the systems of the Primal Matrix, reward scaling, content scaling, essences, all that stuff. New abilities, new class abilities. Yeah. And then we'll do another one that's on the actual content with the new dungeon and the new expedition. So we will have 2 new live streams to go into even more detail.
Yeah.
But Chad's going to be showing a lot of exclusive stuff today, right?
This is sort of just skimming the surface, although it is a very cool surface to skim.
Wetting our appetites.
Right, yeah. But yeah, we're going to give you guys just sort of the broad strokes of some of the really awesome new systems and content that are coming out with the new update. And then, as Jonathan said, over the next couple weeks, we'll be bringing in some other faces to come in and dive really, really deep into those systems and that new content as well. So today will be fun, but I think going into some of the details in those other streams will be super, super cool.
Hell yeah. Before we get started, just a few quick updates. Battle Chase is now live once again today.
Yeah.
Started today, goes through the weekend, right?
Go kill yourself some dummies.
Go kill yourself. Hey, come on. Or Exiles.
Or Exiles, sorry. Yeah.
So there's some sweet reward you can get, some decor.
Yeah, that was Kesrick Warbringer, little NPC decor, leader of the Dominion Legions. He is pretty badass. We've got some Dominion decor there, and then finally Durik Stonebreaker.
Equally cool.
Equally cool. Maybe a little tougher. Just kidding. All right. And then these are actually my favorite parts. You've got the 2 hoverboards that are themed to the factions. One for the Dominion, and then of course here's for the Exiles. Gotta admit, I kind of like the Dominion one better.
What?
Last year I did not get the Dominion hoverboard. I only got the Exile one, so I'm going to be gunning for the Dominion hoverboard. So yeah, looking forward to that. I think saw a bunch of people jumping back in today when that event started. So for those of you who like killing other human beings in the game, or alien races, then jump in and start doing some battle chasing.
Alien races played by real human beings.
Right, played by real human beings. Yeah.
Don't mind the plagued Maggie over there coughing up a storm.
I'm sorry, I'm trying to contain it.
It's okay.
We're all a little sick coming from the holidays, so bear with us. Also, more Stellar Signature monthly rewards for January and February.
Yeah.
We got that going on right now.
Let's, can we bring that up? We've got some pretty sweet words. This is the Simeonaut.
He's so cute.
Cute little monkey astronaut. I like that guy. He's for January, and then for Feb, get yourself the purple grinder. Probably, I think, more in line with the Darkspur Cartel colors. So if you're into those guys, that's that's a pretty cool thing to be riding around. And again, completely and totally free for those people that are part of our signature program. So.
Yeah, all you have to do is log in if you're signature. If you're not already signature, it's not too late. As soon as you sign up, you log in. As long as you log in during the month of January, you'll get the Simeonaught. February, the Grinder.
Yeah, it's that's actually that program we started late last year, and it's been really popular. Been really well received by our signature players, which is why we are continuing it into the new year. So.
Yeah, this is that's going on 5 months.
Yeah,
now?
that'll be our 5th month, and I believe we are going to continue doing it even past February.
You heard it here. Hold them to it.
Yeah.
And just one last quick shout out to Carrot. She did the December custom built decor challenge.
Yep.
She does these every month, and it's amazing. She keeps them going. She already has a January one up that you should all check out. You can go to the housing forum for more info. She gave out some special rewards in December, so we just wanted to call that out. There were tons of participants. You can see all the participant entries on the housing forum thread on the official WildStar forums, or go to KAERET_WS on Twitter, Twitch, or YouTube, and you can find out all the info about her CBDCs that happen every single month. Carrot is amazing. Her guildies are amazing. All the people that work with her are amazing. It's mind-blowing. We love it, so we just wanted to call it out one last time.
Carrot, you
so
rock.
Carrot.
Thank you so much for all of the hard work, passion, and dedication. This game would not be anything without you and people like you who continue to put your energy into this game. So thank you so much.
Yeah. All right. What is Power of the Primal Matrix, Chad?
All right.
We're going to get into it now.
Can I start out with setting the stage with a little lore? Okay.
I would love that.
I don't get to do this as much as I used to, right?
I know.
So, for those of you well versed in the lore of WildStar, Drusera, otherwise known as the Genesis Prime, has been doing battle with the entity. I don't know if I should spoil that whole thing for the people that haven't played, but
we kind of teased it already a little bit.
The entity's a bad guy. Drusera is fighting him, trying to make sure he doesn't destroy the universe. Okay. So,
a noble goal.
A noble goal. That battle has continued to intensify as the minions of the entity spread out over Nexus. And so, because of that, Drusera has decided that she needs to unlock the untapped potential in all of the heroes that have come to her cause. And so...
Like me.
Like you. And you could use a little... I'm just kidding, buddy. Okay. So what she's done is she has unlocked the Primal Matrix in all of the heroes, allowing those heroes to make themselves more powerful by going out on Nexus and adventuring and doing the things that they need to do in order to protect the planet and the bigger universe from the entity. So that's the lore. Oh. That's sweet.
Nice picture there.
Yeah, where'd you get that, Mags?
Good pull.
I found it on the internet really fast.
Drusera and the entity. Okay. So that being said, so what happens when you get to level 50? You basically have the ability to start filling out what we call your Primal Matrix. And that is a brand new system with a brand new UI in WildStar. You will receive, as soon as you hit level 50, you will receive a call from Drusera herself that says that you need to come to Thade and find her. She has very important news for you. And as soon as you do that and you find her, you will be thrown into the Primal Matrix system.
So this all sounds really cool to me.
Yeah.
What would be amazing is if you had the game available and could show us the Primal Matrix right now.
You mean even before it's available on the live game, Jonathan?
Even before that, Chad.
You know what? It's your lucky day. I just happen to have a dev build with the latest, greatest stuff. So we're going to start showing you guys some of just a little preview. We're not going to dig into the details too much. We're going to show you some of the great things about this update. So
there's Drusera, right on cue.
There she is. Okay, so hang on a second here. Let me do a little dev magic. Well, and now she is not cooperating with me. Okay, well, normally Drusera would be calling me right now saying, hey, I have something I want you to do. We seem to be having, I'll try this one more time. If that doesn't work, then we just jump right in. Okay.
She doesn't want to talk to you today.
She doesn't want to talk. Okay, well, imagine if you would, you had just received a call from Drusera. She was saying that she would like you to help with her fight against the entity. She's unlocked this potential. That potential is being unlocked in the form of what we call the Primal Matrix. So, this is it.
Ooh.
So what you have here is a series of what we call Primal Matrix nodes, okay? Each one of those nodes represents different things, right? So some of them are stats, some of those are familiar stats, some of those are new stats. We'll talk about those in just a few minutes. You can unlock additional amp points to fill out more of your amp matrix that you have already, your existing amp matrix. You can put ability points as well. So as you actually earn new abilities, which are also part of the Primal Matrix, such as Atomic Slash here for the Warrior, you will have additional ability points to add to all of your abilities as well, obviously making you more powerful as you work your way through the Primal Matrix.
It is pretty cool.
Pretty cool, right? I mean, just like
clarification really quick too, everyone. So when we talk about nodes, we're talking about the individual things that you spec into, and then we're going to refer to each of the little trees, clusters. We're going to call them clusters. Right. So nodes and node clusters is what we're talking about here.
So, so this is so right now what you're seeing as I sort of, what's cool about this UI, you can actually zoom out and pan around a little bit, right, to give yourself sort of a bird's eye view. So this is the total Primal Matrix, at least for now. And what you put into each of these nodes in the Primal Matrix are what we call essences, okay? There are 4 essence types, and up here on the screen is where it will show you what the volume of your essences are.
You've done a lot of work.
Yeah, it's crazy how many essences I have. I've obviously been, really playing like, probably based on this 90 or 100 hours at least, so you can tell I've been really busy. So, I would never have cheated and given myself that many by default. Okay,
it's a busy holiday break.
So you have 4 essence types. You have crimson essences, cobalt essences or blue, viridian essences are green, and violet or purple essences. All of those can be slotted into different nodes that are within the matrix. You earn those essences by doing various types of content, existing content that we have, such as daily zones, world bosses, and then new content that we put into the game, which we talked a little bit about in the post, which was scaled instances with prime levels. There are 4 of our existing pieces of content that actually have up to 10 prime levels per instance. And then we have 2 new pieces of content, which are Cold Blood Citadel and Evil from the Ether, which are also scaled. They also have 10 prime levels as well. And interacting with all of those pieces of content actually give you essences, and we're going to show a little bit later how that works. Different pieces of content will give you different essence types, and which essence types they give you are actually on a rotation, so it's not always the same essence type per instance. So it's not even like
if you want more blue, you need to do PvP or something like that.
Right. Yeah. If you're watching, and we'll show this, if you're sort of watching the rotation, you will see that at some point blue essences will be available via PvP. Right. I'll go through some of how this works now. So just to show you, so once you actually have some essences and you've reached the point where you want to start putting those essences into the Primal Matrix, all you do is, so here's your first node. Everybody always starts on the same node in the Matrix. It's a Crimson node. It gives you rank 1 of tenacity. It gives you a tenacity rating of plus 30. And you buy it. And now you've purchased that tenacity rating, and you have the ability to either buy the next node here to the right, which will take you up into this part of the Matrix, or you can go that way and it'll take you up to that way. And it's pretty easy, right? That's all you have to do. You just have to click. Some nodes, we'll probably run into a few as we go further, actually have additional ranks. So in the first initial cluster here, all of those are just 1 rank. So once you put in 1 essence,
it's maxed out.
Or 20, yeah, it's maxed out. But as you get further along into the Matrix, like in this particular case, here's a Crimson node. That's rank 1 of 3. So you'll actually be able to buy into that particular node 3 times, and it'll give you bonuses to your tenacity all 3 times. So in between each of the clusters are what we call bridging nodes. In almost every case, or no, in every case actually, those are either amp points, ability points, or abilities themselves.
New abilities?
New abilities.
Brand new abilities?
Brand spanking new abilities.
How many new abilities per class?
2 whole new abilities per class. That's pretty awesome, right?
I like that.
So what we're doing here is we've got... this is an amp point, so I'll put a point there. We'll go here to this Crimson node. You know what? I like this, so I'm going to put in another rank of that as I head up the Matrix.
You're very tenacious.
You know what I'm saying? I'm pretty tenacious. We'll go here to the Cobalt node. This is for multi-hit. I like that too, so I'm going to put another rank in there. Viridian is critical hit. Probably a lot of people are going to be trying to earn those Viridian crystals, right? Or essences. And then here we are at the Atomic Slash. Boom. I've unlocked tier 1 of my brand new warrior ability called Atomic Slash. Now,
love the name, by the way.
It's pretty cool, right?
Yeah.
So what that means now, I have the ability to upgrade Atomic Slash 3 times, okay? This node, the very first node that I get to, the ability node, is the first rank. There's another one that's over here, so if I want to upgrade to the next tier, then I'd have to work my way either around or this way to get to the second tier, and then the third tier is down here. And so I'd either have to come back around or work my way down that way. So
it's like choose your own adventure.
It is kind of like choose your own adventure. Every path has different nodes and different stats. So you may want to go a different way depending on which stats you want to upgrade on your way to the next node. So before it's probably a good idea before you actually begin going down a particular path, map out where the nodes are and what they're going to give you, so that you take the most direct way there.
Look at the clusters that are the most intriguing to you.
Right, exactly. So, and again, right, this is probably just a really good example of what the tree is like. And as you buy up essences and you go through the Matrix, one of the cool things that we have here is called the progress log. So,
oh, that's nice.
yeah, it's pretty cool. I think it's actually, I'm not sure if this is actually showing what it's supposed to yet, but what it will show when we're there is...
Because you haven't saved changes.
Oh, yeah. Way to
See
go.
if it works.
Yep, you're right. Okay, so what you'll notice here now is atomic slash ability, right? 1 of 3. So what that's telling me is, as far as my progress through the Matrix, I have 1 of 3 on atomic slash tiers. I've got 1 of 9 of possible amp points. I have 60 plus 60 multi-hit rating, plus 90 critical hit, and plus 90 tenacity.
It's good that way you're not always having to look through all the clusters and remember what you got.
Yep, exactly.
Very cool.
So this stat that's up here in the middle that says 250, that is what's known as my heroism stat. That is basically a relative stat that tells you what your relative power is based on what you've done in the Primal Matrix. And it comes into play as you're playing through some of the scaled levels or the primed levels that we talk about, we'll show here in a little bit. There will be a recommended heroism level. So let's say we'll see this a little bit later. You may see a recommended heroism level of 550. If you're 250, then you may want to rethink going into that particular tier, or
get carried.
Bring some powerful friends.
Yeah.
Give me a call and I'll hook you up.
Yeah.
So
when you first opened this up at level 50, you start at 0, right? And
yep.
Then with each point you put in, gain a little bit of heroism.
Yeah. So that's really that's the basics. Now next week, they'll dig into a little bit more about how stats work and what the values are.
Don't die.
Of those particular things and how the amp and ability points work. Sorry. But
so let's talk about essences. How about essences? How do you get essences? What are essences?
It's good that you asked that question. One thing,
right.
Before we get out of the UI here, what we also have in the Primal Matrix UI is we have what's called the exchange, right? So as you are earning essences, let's say a friend of yours invites you to help them out in, Prime 2 of Kel'Varath. Well, if Kel'Varath is giving you Crimson essences, but you're the kind of person that, say, wants Viridian essences, what the exchange lets you do is take Crimson and turn them into Viridian. So
that's nice.
You don't always have to be super worried about what the rewards are. If a friend needs help or you just want to go enjoy something and that is giving you essences that you may not necessarily always want, we give you a way to convert those into different color essences, right?
So what are the conversion rates or costs?
So it's 1-to-1 for everything except for Violet. So because Violet are bridging nodes and the
ability amps.
Yeah, we actually treat those a little bit differently than we do the regular essences. They're a little more valuable. So
it's what, 20-to-1? I'm really good at math.
20-to-1. Yeah.
And the rest are 1-to-1.
Yep. So it's pretty simple. You just say, hey, I've got some green. I'd like to convert them into blue. You say how many here, and then you convert. And this will tell you, if you're doing that, what the it's a service token cost, what the service token cost is. So you do that, you convert, and you're done.
Very cool.
It's pretty cool. Yeah. So I think that's it. Do you have any other questions in here, Jonathan?
Can you show us how the essences are earned, or how you can see how to earn them?
Yes.
Do you want to jump to that?
Let's jump to that. All right. So Primal Matrix essences. You need essences. Okay. So what we have done is
It's the essence of the Primal Matrix
It's the essence.
that helps you progress.
If you go to your content finder, there's a new tab that's called Bonus Rewards. And so...
Those look like essences.
They are essences.
I'm catching on.
So what this shows you, for all of the content types, this current part, you can filter them actually, but in this page, this is showing you for all content types, here are the essences and the multipliers that you can earn by interacting with those pieces of content. So, if we just go to the top one here, Skullcano is going to give you a 3x multiplier for Crimson Essences for the next 56 minutes. And then after that 56 minutes is done, that rotates to a different essence and a different multiplier.
Okay.
So, you know, let's just say you're just like, look, I just want to see dungeons. These will show you the 4 current dungeons that we have, and the essences that they give you.
So what happens if you go into Skullcano and that expires and changes out to a different essence reward?
As long as you start the instance while the timer is still within, let's say you have 2 minutes and you start the instance and it's Crimson Essences, you will get the reward regardless of when you finish, as long as you started it when the essence reward was still up.
And is it a fixed reward?
So, it works a little bit differently. For dungeons, you are rewarded along the way. So it's through the same way that dungeon points work. So you are rewarded for each boss that you defeat. You actually get essences along the way. For expeditions, you are given them all for completing the entire expedition. So that works a little bit differently between those two. So we have daily quest zones. So there will be a rotation, an essence rotation on daily quest zones. This one's telling us that Starcom Basin has Viridian essences at 10x, which is pretty good for the next 9 hours. We've got world bosses. So Grendalus is 10x on Crimson, and Scorchwing gives you Violet, which is pretty good.
Love me some Scorchwing.
Yep. Here's the Expedition tab. Basically the same kind of thing. PvP actually has its own tab as well. So we're having a little display issue here, but basically you will get essences by running PvP battlegrounds as well, and then of course dungeons. So that's the bonus reward. So that's a quick way to sort of see what is rewarding, what kind of essences. We've also, in the content finder, or the PvE section of the content finder, let's say you go to expeditions. Now we have a new button here that's called Prime Levels. So you can go to, let's say, here's Prime Evil from the Ether, our new expedition. It's telling you that it is rewarding Cobalt essences. There is no multiplier, so that's just a 1-to-1. If you go to Prime Outpost M13, this is showing you you're getting a 2x on Crimson. Here, Prime Fragment 0, you're getting 3x on Cobalt. So,
very cool.
And then over here,
yeah, so I see the level thing. Why don't you talk a little bit about Prime levels?
Yeah, so here's your rewards. Over here, you can actually choose what difficulty tier or prime tier that you want to engage with, right? So this is telling me that, hey, you have cleared level 0, prime 0, which is what veteran used to be, and now I have prime 1 available to me.
So it's 1 more difficult.
It's 1 more.
Okay. But I'm seeing there's a red recommended heroism, so you probably need to be carried or
right. So you remember
power up a little bit.
You remember before in my Primal Matrix UI, it said my heroism after I had put my my essences in was at 250. if I want to go to Prime 1, 250 might not cut the mustard. So I either need to go get some friends, or I need to go grind through some content, overworld, some expeditions, other dungeons, get myself some more essences, and then jump back in here when I've hit something a little higher.
So how high do Prime levels go?
Great question, Jonathan. You're on top of your game today. Snap, snap. 10. So 10 full Prime levels per instance.
So is this just increasing damage, health, all the basic modifiers, not new mechanics or anything?
Right. Just health and damage. Yeah. So get in there, try it out, and see how that feels.
They should go up to 11. I feel like that's my feedback as a community member. All Prime levels should go to 11, I think. Sorry, anyway.
I would not be surprised if at some point they go to 11 and beyond. Okay. Again, right, dungeon, same thing. Oh, look, here's Prime Cold Blood Citadel.
That sounds like a new dungeon.
Brand spanking new. Okay, and I can choose my Prime level. The way the system works right now is, in order to get to the next Prime level, you will need to have cleared the previous. So, for people out there that have been running the veterans, they're probably more than ready to jump in and start heading up to Prime 1 and beyond.
Once they get 550, is that what it says?
Well, that's recommended. They don't necessarily have to, but
sure.
Right. So that is sort of the overarching system, right? The Primal Matrix itself, essences and how they work, reward rotation, which we're showing here. I think something else that we want to mention today, we won't really be talking in too much detail, is that there is now scaling items that are going to drop as rewards in the Prime dungeons.
So you want to keep increasing the Prime level.
Right, because if you go to Prime 4, Kelvareth, you're going to get better items than you got in Prime 3 of Kelvareth. So next week's stream is going to delve a little deeper into exactly how that works, but I think the good news for anyone that is going to be interacting with the system is you are definitely incented to just keep pushing to go higher, because you're going to get better stuff when you do it.
And we all want to strive to do better, right?
Well, I just think we all strive for better stuff.
Sure.
But maybe also to do better, I guess.
I was trying to be inspirational.
Indirectly.
Sorry. What about... So we talked about new abilities a little bit, which we will go into more detail in that systems deep dive stream.
Yep.
The different class abilities. But another thing we mentioned in the announcement this week was new stats. And some players were saying, what? Tenacity, toughness, hope?
Yeah, so new stats. Tenacity, basically, what tenacity allows you to do is to deal more damage the lower the health of your target is, right? So as your target gets lower health, you do more damage on it, okay? Toughness is... you take less damage at the less health that you have.
So kind of the counter to tenacity.
Right, yeah. And then hope is a stat that you do better healing on your target if the lower the health is on your target. So if I'm a healer and you're getting your butt kicked, which of course would never happen because, right? But if your health is getting really, really low, if I have increased my hope stat, then as I heal you, you will actually get more of a benefit from my heals because your health is lower.
So that's as if to say, like, I need healing, but I also need a little bit of hope.
A little bit of hope.
A little bit of hope.
And so that is what I am providing you. Because I'm such a good healer. You know what I'm
saw
saying?
a lot of players wondering what hope would mean.
Right.
So we welcome all feedback also. You know, all this stuff is going to be for testing on the PTR next week. We're targeting January 10th.
Yep.
So a lot of the things he's showing are in flux, especially the nodes and the node clusters and all of that. These things could change with PTR testing. So please test. Please help us test. Please give us feedback, even on the stuff you're seeing here. If you think Hope is a ridiculous name, let Chad know. At Papulicious on Twitter.
So, I'm trying to think if there's any other... Oh, well, why don't we... let's show them a little preview of the new instances, right? Oh, goodness. We got to take a look at this. Look at Jonathan's screen.
Yeah, so I got it pulled up. I've got Cold Blood right now. So I've got a few images to scroll through. We showed a couple in the blog, but I've got a few more here.
Oh, snap.
Thanks to KDM for taking these shots in the game. So while I'm going through them, why don't you give a little lore
You want
synopsis?
me to drop a little...
Drop some lore, Pappy.
Twice in one stream? Okay.
Well, 3 times, because we got Evil from the Ether.
Right. So, what happened? Those of you said, obviously, probably a lot of you have played through Arctera. I am hoping a lot of you played through Vault of the Archon, otherwise known as the second chapter in the world story. What happens in Vault of the Archon at the end is that Herzog Coldblood, who was the leader of the Osen in Arctera and who eventually went up to build the fortress of Cal Havoc, which was over the Vault of the Archon. You defeat him at the end of World Story 2. But the Dark Witches that served him were not yet done with him, and so what they have done is gathered together the remaining Osen from Cal Havoc and are getting ready to take those Osen down and wipe out all of the people in Arctera, which would probably be both you and I would be included in that group of people.
Bad stuff then.
So bad stuff. And so what is going on now is Tower Engineer Rencool, who is a central figure to the story of Arctera. He's a Pell who was responsible for building Shiver Skull Tower. I'm getting deep in the lore right now. He has called the heroes of Arctera and Nexus to come and aid him in his fight against the Dark Witches. And so what takes place is you fight through Coldblood Citadel. You fight the Osen who serve Herzog. You fight the Dark Witches, and eventually you fight the resurrected spirit of Herzog Coldblood himself.
Oh, I think I got it right there.
And it is an awesome instance. It is super fun. The mechanics are really, really challenging and engaging. And obviously, artistically, it looks great. And so, looking forward to letting people start jumping in and checking this out. Kristen DeMeza and some people on her team as well are responsible for putting this together. So KDM, well done.
Looks positively cold.
Positively cold-blooded. So anyway, that is Coldblood Citadel.
Very cool. Let me pull up some Evil from the
right.
Ether. Should you talk about that a little bit?
So, Evil from the Ether is our next expedition. Also was created by KDM and her team. So KDM knocking it out of the park again. This is the story of the Zarkov's Shade, which is a mysterious Grismarin or Mordish ship. Okay.
It doesn't look like it's in very good shape.
Well, it has been places you don't necessarily want to have been yourself.
Like Event Horizon style?
You know what? What a great reference. The story about Zarkov Shade is that it was trapped behind the blockade, the Dominion blockade, which surrounds Grismara, and it zapped out, disappeared. No one knew where it went, and then just a little while ago, it appeared around Nexus. And so those ecos, those industrious ecos, find the ship, and one of the captains decides that he wants to go and figure out what's happening with this, so he gets people like you and me to come and help him out and see what's going on. Spoiler, it is not good. Okay? It's not good. So, you get there, you find out the mystery of what took place on this ship, where did it go, how did it get there, and what is happening now. And so there's a little bit of a horror aspect to it. It's very creepy. As all expeditions, it's really fun. A little more casual, obviously, than our dungeons. It's got great story, great sound and music. Jeff Kurtnacker, well done. And overall, it is, I think, in my opinion, is one of our best expeditions. So, and again,
scalable all the way to Prime level 10.
Yep. So
I got you on that one.
And again, like Dungeons, also has scalable rewards. So very, very cool. And I think when people play it, they're going to be super excited. So
I'm very interested in this one. This one looks cool.
Yep.
I like it a lot.
It's like I said, it's one of my favorites. So yeah. And there's so much more that we're going to be talking about. Oh, well, okay. I wasn't going to do this.
Uh-oh.
But
we're going off script.
I kind of feel like I want to show one of the new abilities.
Everything we've said so far, right down to the coughing, is scripted.
Right.
So this is unheard of.
Okay. So I'm going to switch my character here.
I already switched it.
Oh, you did? All right. That screen didn't come up.
Oh, I bet I know what you're doing. Yeah, I know what he's doing.
You do?
Still kind of scripted. Not really.
Okay.
I didn't know if you were going to do this or not.
This is totally off script. Okay, so this is an engineer. That engineer may or may not have filled out her complete or pretty complete Primal Matrix.
But not the action bar.
Which means she has this ability called Portable Black Hole. Okay? And in my opinion, this is one of the coolest new abilities. I wasn't going to do it because I didn't want to steal Steven's thunder.
I'll just steal it.
All right, so
he's a giving man.
You cast it, it puts a portable black hole, and it sucks in the player or the NPCs and the mobs. So
I love that spell effect.
It's pretty cool. There's actually another one here that's called Electro Drill that you can use along with Portable Black Hole, and I am not going to show that because it's just too cool. So
I'll let Steve have the fun with that one.
He gets to have the fun with that. All right, so that is. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to say that's it because that's a boatload of stuff, but
yeah.
Those are the basics of what might be the coolest update that WildStar has ever had.
This is very cool.
You know what I'm saying?
We talked about reward scaling. We'll get into much more detail about that with Steven Wright.
Yep.
Which is also some really cool stuff.
Yep.
You guys will be excited. I saw a lot of questions about reward scaling, but we are going to save those for the deep dive, which is next Friday. So stay tuned for that. We will get all into how rewards work as you go up in prime levels, and you just become way more badass, basically.
Yeah. And then we're going to have the stream after that with Kristen and Tyler, and they are going to be talking about Evil from the Ether and Cold Blood Citadel.
Take a look at some of the encounters.
Man.
Fly through the dungeons a little bit.
They're super cool. So I think the upshot here is keep watching, keep listening. Next week, PTR goes live. Keep playing.
January 10th.
January 10th. Oh, yeah, January 10th.
I'll hold you to that.
We're going to update the article on that, but that is the date that we are planning on going live with PTR. Once it goes up there, get up there, play it, test it. We are going to need feedback. We're going to want feedback. This is a super exciting update, but obviously there's a lot going on, and so getting players' eyes and hands on there to go in and test out all the new and shiny stuff will be really important, so that when it does go live a little bit later, it's solid and ready for prime time. So
put your mouths on it.
I guess.
Lick the screen if you like it.
So yeah, I'm pumped up, man.
Me too. It's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's a lot.
It's massive.
Somebody asked, I saw in the chat, they were asking about signature and essence reward, whether or not you get a bonus, the way that you get like a bonus to XP. The answer is yes, you actually get a bonus to essence earning if you have signature, which is, for me actually, with the new system, another great reason to be a signature subscriber. So give it some thought. I saw another question on there that I wasn't going to answer, but I will, which is how many mobs get sucked in by the portable black hole? From my understanding, up to 10. So, not bad, right?
It's very portable and black hole-ish. Right. I like that.
So.
Up to 10. And we'll just have to see how the other ability plays into that.
Yeah.
I guess people, if you get on the PTR, you'll have a chance to try it out before Steven even shows it to you. So another reason is you get exclusive first look at stuff before we even get to it.
Well, I don't know about you or you.
I don't know about me either.
But I've had a great time on this stream.
Me too.
Okay.
Got the fire. It's still winter.
I thought I was going to go into a coughing phase there, but
did.
Just for a couple minutes. I didn't want to drink on your water.
I was going to offer it, but it's very full of bacteria.
But anyway, thank you all so much for joining us. I think I probably don't have to say it, but the response from all of you guys about the stuff that's coming up has been really, really positive. And we're looking forward to answering lots of your questions about exactly how this is going to work. But I think it's safe to say that it's a really, really great update for WildStar, and there's some exciting times ahead. So thank you all for your continued support.
Yeah, just seeing the reception the last few days has really pumped people up around here, which I think is really cool. We hoped, we put a lot of thought into how we reveal it and not want to overstate things, but not want to understate things, and so we were glad that it seemed like a lot of people at least were very receptive to it and anxious to get a chance to play more. So thank you all for paying attention. Thank you for tuning in.
Yep.
As we said, we will have a ton more to cover in the next 2 live streams, which will be next Friday and the Friday after that. A couple other things you wanted to talk about before we go, some miscellaneous items.
Oh yeah, so just a couple things. We'll be sending out some articles about this stuff. We are changing the way lockboxes work for the game, so actually the rewards for those are going to be a lot better. Just a little preview. They will also scale if you're in those prime instances, so they're not just always the same. They will actually also improve depending on where you go. But there's a little more details on that, so take a look at that. But those are actually going to be really good changes for lockboxes. We are adding some new faces to WildStar as well, just a couple new additional faces.
They're female faces, right?
Female faces. So be on the lookout for those. And Fortunes 7, or Season 7, which is actually super cool, is also going to be released about the same time as 170, or I should say exactly the same time. And that stuff is really, really cool looking, so be on the lookout for that as we talk about it some more.
All new Madam Face stuff.
I'm telling you, man.
Love it.
It's going to be a good couple of months for WildStar.
We high-fived on it. All right, I think that's about it.
Yeah.
Thank you all so much for tuning in. Once again, tune in for the deep dive starting next Friday and the following Friday. We're going to go over Primal Matrix and content scaling next week, and reward scaling and all of that stuff. And then Cold Blood and Evil from the Ether, new dungeon, new expedition on the following week on January 20th, following Friday. Once again, PTR planned for January 10th, so please play along. Let us know what you think. Let us know what you like. Let us know what you don't. Tweet him.
Tweet.
It's the best way.
I am on that old Twitter thing, so.
Yeah. We're really the PTR forum, but
Right.
I like making people tweet chat. And then, of course, once again, the battle chase is going on right now, so if you're into the PvPing, go do the battle chasing.
Yep.
Get the looting. Follow us on all of our channels, at WildStar on Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, Facebook, your mom's blog. We're everywhere. And thank you very much. Have a great weekend. Happy New Year. We love you all.
Yep.
We hope you enjoy Power of the Primal Matrix, and we'll talk to you soon.
Peace.